he don't have my legs trapped, you're gonna slide me to the wall, bang, my legs are gonna come up.
Duck underneath one side, keeping your elbow over his forearm. Now you're gonna rotate, driving your hips and shoulders towards the inside in order to pry our wrists out of his grip.
To another level. Professor David here, I got another video for you today, guys. This is important. I'm here with Sean Kenny. We're here today, once again, to give you another self-defense video. Why? Because I am trying to educate you. I said in some of my videos, you hear me say, I am a self-defense specialist. I'm a professional at what I do. The reason why I'm saying that, and the reason why I say that, because I want to make clear to people who see our videos that I'm not just some guy that popped up on the weekend. I'm not just some guy that studied for 2 years. And the reason why I need to make this clear, because I want you to know that I know what the hell I'm talking about. I have been doing this since 1985, teaching, not my studies, teaching since 1985, full-time. That's it. That's what I do. Nothing else. No side jobs. That's what I do. Teach personal protection, self-defense training, be honest Jitsu. We had a comment in one of the videos we made. We made a video. Some of you seen it. If you didn't see it, we're going to link it to this video. Jiu-Jitsu, remember the K? Versus self-defense. Right away, and people start commenting. I made the video, and I made it very clear that it's about the way a fighter thinks or a grappler thinks versus the way a self-defense person thinks. I think the title of the video was Self-Defense versus Grappling, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So now I made this video. I gave all the respect in the world, did I not, Kenny?
Absolutely.
To the Gracie family. It was the gentleman in the video represents the Gracie family. Forgive me if I don't know his name, but I've seen him before. He's been around for a long time. Very talented. Very good at what he does. He is top-notch at what he does. And I gave them all the credit in the world, but it is a different mindset between a fighter and a grappler. It is a different mindset. I am here to try to make that clear to you. That's what we're doing. That's what YouTube is all about. It's an educational channel. So we are trying to educate you on the fact that although you might be a good fighter, although you might be a good grappler, it is a different way of thinking, approaching it, mindset. But guess what? We made the video, and I think, I'm not certain, but I think it was his wife that made a video doing self-defense, and I'm not going to, you watch the video. And at the end, the comments at the end, she showed a technique about being pinned to the wall. Once again, later on, I'm going to show you the difference in the way we think. Not if the technique is better, which technique is better. It's the difference in thinking, in the way we think. Grappler thinks versus self-defense practitioner thinks. And at the end of the comments, and don't take my word for it, we're going to show it to you and leave it up there in full for you to see. A statement was made about the so-called self-defense expert who says these techniques don't work. I, the self-defense expert, never said in that other video that those techniques didn't work. I said, if I'm mistaken, am I right, Kenny? Am I right?
Right. You just basically reiterated that If you're a grappler, that's what you do. That's your world, grappling. But when it comes down to the self-defense world, that's your world.
So now, you're going to tell me, you see, and I want you to understand this YouTube world. Nobody's supposed to question what you do and how you think. It's supposed to be accepted that your way of thinking is the ultimate way of doing it because you are the top when it comes to grappling. So that means you're the top in self-defense? No. That's not the way it works. Everybody has their lane. I cannot get into a boxing ring and go 15 rounds with a boxer. I will lose. I cannot get into an MMA ring and try to do MMA. I will lose. I cannot go straight up grappling in a just straight out grappling match, okay? And try to grapple someone who all they do is grapple. I will lose. But if you come to me in the street and you tell me you're going to hurt me and you're going to hurt my family, I promise you, you will lose. Because that's my world. That's what I do. I am not some so-called self-defense expert. I have been teaching since 1985. I've had 5 schools. I've had the largest school in Manhattan of its kind, 18,000 square feet. I've taught thousands of people in 7 different countries. So I'm not some so-called self-defense specialist. I am a self-defense specialist. We have earned that respect. We have earned that. The same way you've earned the respect in your world. I, Professor V, have earned the respect in his world. So don't diminish it. Don't diminish it. Don't go some so-called self-defense specialist. I've taught thousands, people all over. Law enforcement, military, every division of law enforcement, and every division of the military. And none of them have ever wrote back to us, said to me, you suck. Your information don't work. Your information don't have value. Just the opposite. We get letters, we get calls, we get emails every single day talking about your information saved my life. So all we ask, give us the same respect that we give you and we give everybody else, because you're not going to shut us up. We're here to show people the difference, the clear difference in mindset and in thinking between a self-defense practitioner and a fighter or a grappler. This is to benefit people. It's not about ego. It's to benefit people. You're not the only one with knowledge. We have knowledge. The old man had knowledge. I was with him for 40 years. He has knowledge. Put his life into teaching people how to stop somebody from hurting him. Don't disrespect him, because we don't disrespect you. We don't disrespect no one. We just want people to know that we keep it real. And if we're not doing the best thing and there's a different way, then just say that there's a different way. That's it. Let me show you a different way right now. Watch the video. Watch the video, and we'll be right back to show you a different way.
How to escape when someone is pinning your wrists against the wall. Let's get us out of here. We're gonna duck under, then rotate inwards to pry our arms out of his grip. Duck underneath one side, keeping your elbow over his forearm. Now you're going to rotate, driving your hips and shoulders towards the inside in order to pry our wrists out of his grip. Duck under and then rotate on out of there. There is so much more we want to teach you, but self-defense begins with the belief that you are worth defending. Join us at one of our upcoming women's self-defense seminars at a certified training center near you. Participation is absolutely free, but you must pre-register at GracieGirls.com. And cue the mansplaining self-proclaimed self-defense experts in the comments telling us why they don't believe any of this would work. Bye.
Okay, now you've seen their video. Man had you pinned against the wall. Now, once again, I'm going to give them all the respect in the world. Do the technique work? Depending on the body mechanics, depending on the person, I'm quite sure it does. Everything works in the right situation and under the right circumstances. Okay? But one thing that they left out, you see that video that you just watched? They never talked about how violent this guy is. They never talked about how angry this guy is. You see, one thing you need to remember, and if I'm a liar, please make the comments. Do you remember when grappling first started? The Gracies ruled with just straight up grappling. When they started striking and the strikers got better, as they understood more and more as time went about grappling, and now these guys started striking, and some strikers were damn good. The level of force, they had to work harder to keep winning competitions. You see, and that's the way it is in the street. When you meet a guy who's incredibly violent, you can't just do a technique. You gotta match his energy, his violence, his force in self-defense. So my mindset cannot be, okay, watch the technique. This movement to this movement absolutely works. Now I'm out. I'm not going back this side to this side. That's unnecessary. That's one. See, this is the way I'm thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. You make the comments. Here, as soon as this man is here pinning this woman against the wall, his face is going to be in her face. So before I do this, to do this, ladies, you understand your life depends on it. You better use that headbutt, because this man's face is in your face. If this man is kissing you on your neck, put your head by my neck, Kenny. Right? Put your mouth by my neck. Right? Right here, I am going to bite his ear or his face right off his head. You see, I'm going to do whatever it takes to survive. See, because this is self-defense. This is real up, straight up self-defense. Once my man got my hands pinned out, you pin my hands. Now, don't put your head even close to me like he was. My legs are longer than the person's arms. So before I do this, to do this, my legs are longer than his arm. If he don't have my legs trapped, he's gonna slam me to the wall. Bang! My legs are gonna come up. Because if he's not paying attention, and if he grabs a woman like this and do this and pins her to the wall, he's not thinking about his groin or his kneecaps. He's just not. So when he had it pinned to the wall, he's thinking about sex. He's thinking about what he want to take advantage of or what he want to do. So either he's in proximity for a straight leg kick, or he's in proximity, get a little closer, for a knee to the groin, or a headbutt and a knee, and then unbalance him and then work on his kneecap. I'm a little woman. I'm a small woman. How do you do a technique? How do you do a technique? I'm not talking about disabling this man from running after you. How do you talk about that without the PhD, without being passionate, without being hungry for survival, without being driven to completion? It's not just the technique. It's not just this. No, it has to be. Even if I start the same way, even if he slams me and I move out, my hand's got to rake across his eyes. I have to do that because my arm is on top. And if it's on top and you're not grabbing me, why wouldn't I hit you? Why wouldn't I grab you? Why wouldn't I push you and then break your kneecap? Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't you add that in? Kenny, why wouldn't you add that in?
So listen, when you're dealing with a violent offender, you damn well better add that in.
So how can you teach that maneuver and not add that in? You have to add that in. You see, some people may not like it, but you cannot try to go up against an aggressive attacker and you do not have it in you. One, you need to understand, yes, you are worth fighting for. But two, you need to understand there's no such thing as effortless self-defense. It is not effortless. And you have to, at some point, turn self-defense, flip it, and turn it into self-offense. Put him on the defensive. I have to go from this to 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 this. Oh, that's too violent? That's too violent? I teach women also. And I teach women with impact equipment. And I teach women to get as violent and as angry as they possibly can. And understand, they are worth fighting for. So you gotta give it everything you have. Everything. You gotta empty the tank. You can't just do this. Once again, YouTube world, you decide if what I'm saying is wrong or what I'm saying is right. You decide. See? Because it is a different way of thinking. It's a different way of thinking. Why do you think there's people who are more successful in this world than others? The successful person has a different way of thinking than the person who's not successful. The person who's in shape as a person who's out of shape, do they not have a different way of thinking?
Absolutely.
Do they not think differently?
Different work ethic, different way of approaching things.
The person who keeps themselves neat, nice, tidy, and presentable, and the other person who don't give a damn, who just every day is casual, every day is loose and sloppy, do they not have a different way of thinking?
Yes, they do.
A person who would date anybody, and I do mean anybody, they don't care, versus a person who picks and chooses the partners they want to be with, do they not have a different way of thinking?
Yes, they do.
So do you understand that we are trying to just do nothing else, but let you and aware you and get you to understand that you have a choice and you can choose to think differently. That's all. Kenny, tell them what to do.
Guys, right now for this particular video, guys, we want to just flood the comments, guys. Just keep commenting on positive or negatives. We want to hear the comments, guys. If you found value in this video, guys, we just ask, just hit the subscribe button, guys, and just share it with as many people as you know. Thank you very much. To another level.
Professor David here. I have a special offer for all of you guys who's been following us over the past year and a half. I want to say thank you. I put together a special offer. We've been getting a lot of emails and DMs requesting, how can I train with you? I put together something special for everyone who's interested in training with me directly. I now have an offer for everyone who's interested who want to train with me directly, you hear me talking about my book. I always do all the work out of my book. All the videos you see comes out of the book. All of the information. I am now teaching and offering this system to you from A to Z. Everything out of the book, I'm teaching it. If you are interested in something like that, I'm doing it starting the beginning of 2024. Contact me.
To another level.